A very good evening. You're watching DD News Kohima with me, Sintirunla. A look at our top stories first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs high-level meeting ahead of India-Pakistan DCMO's talk. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the nation at around 8 p.m. tonight in wake of Operation Sindoor. India inflicted heavy losses to Pakistan military terrorists during Operation Sindoor, says Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai. And BJP says India sends decisive message to the world on terrorism through Operation Sindoor. Now the details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today chaired a high-level meeting which included Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar ahead of scheduled talks between the Director General of Military Operations of India and Pakistan, NSA Ajit Doval, Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan, and all three service chiefs were among those who attended the meeting. PM Modi has been chairing regular meetings with the top government functionaries involved in the country's military and diplomatic response to the Pahalgam terror attack of April 22. India and Pakistan on Saturday last announced reaching an understanding to stop all firings and military actions on land, air and sea with immediate effect. Director General of Military Operations DCMO's level talks between India and Pakistan are to be held today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the nation at 8 p.m. this evening. PM Modi's address comes in the wake of Operation Sindoor, which was launched by India after the barbaric terrorist attack in Pahalgam in which 25 Indians and one Nepali citizen were killed. In the retaliatory action, India destroyed multiple terror and military locations across Pakistan and killed over 100 terrorists. Director General of Military Operations of the Indian Army, Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai, has said that strikes across 9 terror hubs in Pakistan and POJK under Operation Sindoor killed over 100 terrorists. Briefing media in New Delhi, the DGMO said they include high-value targets such as Yusuf Azhar, Abdul Malik Rauf and Mutasir Ahmed, who were involved in the hijack of IC-814 and the Pulwama blast. He stated that Operation Sindoor was conceptualized with a clear military aim to punish the perpetrators and planners of terror and to destroy their terror infrastructure. Operation Sindoor set into motion a very intelligent and meticulous scanning of the terror landscape across the borders and the identification of terror camps and training sites. The DGMO said he spoke to his Pakistan counterpart Saturday afternoon, who proposed cessation of hostilities. He added that this resulted in cessation of cross-border firing and air intrusions by either side. Both sides also decided to speak at noon today to discuss the modalities that would enable the longevity of this understanding. Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai, however, expressed disappointment that it took only a couple of hours for the Pakistan Army to violate these arrangements by cross-border and across line of control firing, followed by drone intrusions. He said another hotline message has been sent to his counterpart, highlighting that if there are violations of the understanding tonight or later, this will be responded to fiercely and punitively. The DGMO also paid tributes to the 5 martyrs from the armed forces and civilians who lost their lives in Operation Sindoor.
का इंडियन एयरफोर्स के इसी प्रकार के सिस्टम्स के साथ एक अनोखा मिश्रण किया गया.
The BJP today said that India has given a decisive message to the entire world in the fight against terrorism through Operation Sindoor. Addressing a press conference at party headquarters in New Delhi, party spokesperson Sambit Patra said Prime Minister Narendra Modi directly engaged with the leaders of 20 nations to build consensus on isolating Pakistan and combating terrorism. He said all these nations, including Saudi Arabia, UAE, the United States and several Islamic nations, expressed their support for India's stance. Patra said after the Pahalgam terror attack, PM Modi has promised that India would avenge the death of 26 people. He said the Indian Army has displayed indomitable courage through their operation, and every citizen of the country thanked the Indian Army, Air Force and the Navy who ensured the success of Operation Sindoor. Patra said India has demolished 9 terror hideouts in Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. Patra said for the first time, India carried out strikes in Pakistan's Punjab province, considered the heart of the country, effectively eliminating terrorists and their camps. He said this operation marks a significant achievement as it successfully dismantled terror hubs affiliated with groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed and Hizbul Mujahideen. He added that Operation Sindoor consists of both military and non-military components. And it's time now for a short break. Please stay with us.
आज तो पार्टी चाहिए। चैंपियन के साथ सेल्फी लेंगे। आइडिया, यही करते हैं पार्टी। पिज्जा पार्टी, ये। चल अपना कार्ड और पिन दे।
मेरे कार्ड की डिटेल्स मैं खुद ही डालूंगी। आरबीआई कहता है अपना पिन, ओटीपी, सीवीवी या इंटरनेट बैंकिंग पासवर्ड किसी के साथ शेयर ना करें। ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग सिर्फ अपने कंप्यूटर, मोबाइल और सिक्योर नेटवर्क से करें।
बाय गर्ल्स, कहाँ जा रही है? सुना नहीं? नो शेयरिंग।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. 32 airports which were temporarily closed for civil aircraft operations have now been opened with immediate effect following the ceasefire between India and Pakistan. Earlier, these 32 airports were closed for civil aircraft operations on the 15th of this month. In a statement, the Airports Authority of India has recommended travellers to check flight status directly with airlines and monitor airlines' websites for regular updates. The government has debunked the claims made by the Pakistani military in its recent briefing, which falsely accused some Indian news channels of admitting to the destruction of Indian air bases. The fact-check unit of the Press Information Bureau said that Pakistan is misleading its people by producing doctored footage as evidence. In a media briefing, the DGI-SPR of Pakistan used a small edited portion of a full video clip originally broadcast by Indian news channels. However, the actual footage clearly shows Indian news channels reporting on the destruction of a Pakistani airfield by Indian forces. As Pakistan has been resorting to spreading propaganda on social media, it is crucial to scrutinize every piece of information carefully in this critical time. If anyone encounters dubious content, especially concerning the Indian armed forces or any info related to the ongoing situation, it must be reported to PIB Fact Check. You can also share such content on WhatsApp number 8799711259 and email ID factcheck@bip.gov.in. Union Minister of State for Youth Affairs and Sports Raksha Nikhil Khatse today said that her ministry sees a greater role for youths in making Viksit Bharat by 2047. Talking to media in Patna, Khatse said there are several programs like My Bharat Volunteers Program, Patyatra, Yuva Connect and My Bharat Portal being promoted by her ministry so that the young generations can be attached to the nation building goal. She appealed to the youths to join the My Bharat Portal. The Union Minister said the My Bharat volunteers will be mobilized so that they can comprehend the schemes of the government and help to disseminate them. She said that during the tense situation and security threats, youths can play a crucial role. The Union Minister said in Patna that she will discuss with youths so that they can come forward to play a role in making a developed India as envisioned by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. On International Nurses Day, Union Health Minister J.B. Nadda today said that the well-being of nurses is directly linked to the strength of the country's health systems and national growth. In a social media post, Nadda said investing in nurses means investing in healthier societies, productive communities and a more resilient future. He also paid tribute to the compassion, strength and commitment of the nurses. Nadda urged everyone to value, protect and empower those who dedicate their lives to caring for others. And Buddha Purnima is being celebrated today. It not only marks the day when Gautama Buddha was born, but also the day when he attained Nirvana under the Mahabodhi tree at Bodh Gaya. This day is commemorated by Buddhists and Hindus all over the world and is a major festival in countries like India, Nepal, Bhutan, Burma, Thailand, Tibet, Korea, Laos, Vietnam, Mongolia, Cambodia, Singapore, Indonesia and Sri Lanka. President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended greetings to all citizens on the auspicious occasion of Buddha Purnima. And it's time now to look at the weather reports across Nagaland.
Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius, while Dimapur had a maximum temperature of 31 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. Wokha experienced a maximum temperature of 28 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. Mokokchung had a maximum temperature of 27 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. Mon had a maximum temperature of 31 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. Towards the east, Twinsang had a maximum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. Zinebuto had a maximum temperature of 24 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. Phek had a maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. That's all for the weather report.
And before we close, a quick look at the top stories once more. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chairs high-level meeting ahead of India-Pakistan TJMO's talk. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the nation at around 8 p.m. tonight in wake of Operation Sindoor. India inflicted heavy losses to Pakistan military terrorists during Operation Sindoor, says Lieutenant General Rajiv Khai. And BJP says India sends decisive message to world on terrorism through Operation Sindoor. And that's a wrap from the newsroom tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.